games are about to start.
We've seen these two players in the grand final of a qualifier before. It was last year during WCS qualifier in August. There, Foggy won. And I would say most of us expect Foggy to win here. Again, he's the bigger name. He's the more accomplished player. Not just recently, but OrcWorker, he has always been mixing or, relevant at the top of the European scene, but quite getting to those first place finishes very rarely. In Jera Cup, I think he has won 2 Jera Cups, but not too many. But he's been playing very strong today, taking out Hawk, then Cash, and maybe now even Foggy will be on his kill list.
In big qualifiers, this is the first match the two players will play against each other since the WCA qualifier that we mentioned before, where OrcWorker was coming from the winner bracket, had the advantage of vetoing first and picking first. Since then, they dodged each other in GCS qualifiers and everywhere else. So, does OrcWorker, does Maxime finally get his revenge or not? We will see about that. The picks and bans, we see it here. Echo Owls out for Foggy, Last Refuge out for Worker. So Foggy goes for the obvious pick of Terranas Stand, which is one of the best Night Elf maps.
Yeah, I think the best Night Elf map for this matchup, certainly. Demon Hunter is going to be leveling up so quickly. The base is so hard to defend for the Orc. Just even just blocking, you need 2 grunts for that. That's already a lot worse than usually the other maps are. But most importantly, the Demon Hunter can have an easy time here, getting off to a good start. And that's, of course, the hero we're about to see. Foggy, one of the very, very few Night Elves who likes to go for the 1 Moonwell tech. This can be punished. Is OrcWorker going to find the opportunity to look for that damage, though? We saw on AI between Cash and Foggy how Foggy was being so extremely aggressive so quickly that he never really exposed his own base. So having a good defense via offense, I guess we could say. And it looks like a 1 Moonwell tech again.
Looks like it. OrcWorker's win rate versus Night Elf is not that great. Foggy is pretty dominant versus Orcs around the world. Doesn't matter if the name is Cash, Worker, or Focus, or Lin. He beat them all before. Will he do it again? Will he go to Shanghai for the 4th time? That would be crazy, but he put so much effort into it. Even when there were no Western qualifiers, Foggy was there with ping disadvantages, and he made it through the qualifiers each and every single time. Foggy in blue in the bottom right, OrcWorker in his standard yellow in the bottom, the upper left. Off we go.
All right, 1 Moonwell. Now wait, it's actually, I guess it's kind of 1 Moonwell. Goes for it before the first one. The second one finishes. That means he's going to be a little bit low on Wisps. We'll have to make more later. Of course, the 1 Burrow from the Orc, which is pretty much always the case. And here we go again. Demon wants to be aggressive on level 2, keep the attention away from his base, doesn't want to have his Moonwells cancelled, doesn't want to have his shop cancelled. And he has quite a decent inventory to do it with.
Indeed, plus 8 damage, and it doesn't get in though. This is already a little harder than it was against Cash, where the base was wide open and he could always enter. Now OrcWorker, doesn't put the bouncer at the door. But Foggy is hesitant. He doesn't want to be trapped there. And OrcWorker says, okay, you can walk there with your blade, with your Demon Hunter as long as you want. I'm gonna get more items. Cloak of Shadows now. But a little bit more experience. Level 2 for the Demon Hunter, obviously. After the laboratory spot, there is an Engine of Wonders coming for the staff. And the Staff of Teleportation should be the next purchase. There it is for Foggy.
Keeps the mantle, actually. I wonder if he's going to give it over to Beastmaster / Tinker later. Would make sense, I think. And Claws of Attack for OrcWorker already. This is a pretty damn good Blade Master. Terranas Stand, another one of those maps where you can have issues getting to a strong blade, but he doesn't seem to have issues yet. Yeah, and the Tome
of Agility as well. So this is plus 11 damage for him. Foggy doing the Blade Master-esque creeping here, sniping the item. Gloves of Haste for him. Taking a bit of damage, but I think that should be fine as he's going back anyway for the Staff of Preservation that the Night Elves love so much. OrcWorker positions himself very defensively, going for the Renegade, waking him up, then luring out the creeps. Does it work? Okay, doing it now. Well, he moves in with the Grunt, the rest attack them, and he's going for the Renegade. Big item, big experience possible. He doesn't have a slot, actually. Boots of
oh my god.
Palace. This is basically what Moon found not too long ago, like yesterday, against Lawliot.
And with this, it's gonna be very hard to stay in this orc base to harass for long. The Quilby sees the Blade Master, sees the inventory, must be like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Yeah, he has to adapt. He can't go for the aggression with this inventory.
There's 2 grunts at home ready as well.
I like that. Usually orcs, they seem to be moving way too far out on the map, leave their base unoccupied, so they can't interfere when the Night Elf is coming. And here he has the grunts, he has a good Blade Master there. He crapped, but still crapped good. Like, it's a 2.5 Blade Master. This is really nice. And Foggy is losing time, and only now starting to creep with his Beastmaster, which is really late for him. So OrcWorker, again, like I said yesterday and today, playing this with a lot more brain than before.
Oh, but this is very nice here. Stealing the Taskmaster from his opponent's side. The Demon needs to be careful now, though. Greater Mana, very unfortunate item for him.
But it's good that the Orc doesn't get it. Here comes the Windwalk, though. There is a TP. Is he forced into it? No, he goes for the Berserker. But okay, there's no Windwalk anymore. Also no Speed Scroll. 108 critical strike.
A player's forces are under attack.
I can hear your clicks again, by the way, so move your mouse a tiny bit away. It's just, like, very little, though. Tier 3 on the way for Foggy. A depth upgrade coming as well. Second Engine of Wind a little delayed, but he couldn't do any kind of damage to the Orc. This is usually where he depends on. TC is super aggressive as well, going for the critical strike. Staff out now.
Yeah, this Blade Master man is so scary.
I bet Foggy didn't expect that when that was his first pick. And he does it again. He's going for the Renegade again.
I want to see Boots of Qualifiers again.
Oh, Vamp Aura.
So many good pickups here. Could be good later. I could definitely see a late game here with a lot of Berserkers and Walkers. But the next Mercamp goes towards the Night Elf here. The Ancient of War was in position, hoping for something better than the Greater Mana this time. And again, it's only the Greater Mana.
Is a lot of Quilbies, though.
Or 400 gold. Oh, but now he's looking for the backstab. Scroll of Speed here to get there sooner. And does he have Raiders with Ensnare? He has one.
Not sure if he has Ensnare yet. Going for the Archer, that's an easy kill. Of course, you don't want to stab that one. Ensnare, Surround, Town Portal out. Is it gonna be enough, or will we see crazy crit? Shockwave even used, but he can't reach. But still, 350 gold gone. And the Archer. This is one of the best early games possible for OrcWorker.
I wonder why didn't he have the TP on the Beastmaster?
Just didn't swap it yet. I don't know.
Because if he had put the staffs like on different heroes, or rather on the same hero, he could have saved them both without having to TP. Then he would have perhaps lost the Berserker. But alright, TP gone. But still, the Demon Hunter is getting closer to level 3. He will reach it here. Both mana potions have been sold, no surprise. And the Beastmaster is 2 already, so Foggy does find good creeping.
Yeah, level 3 and level 2 in a bit. Plus the Wind of Lightning Shield can be put to good use as well. Tinker is there, creeping with the Pocket Factory now, but he will see that the Renegade is already gone. Well, he saw it before, did he? Yeah, with the Flute he saw it before. TC gets up to level super close to 3 actually, with a Wand of Mana Sling on his own. So it could be some nice area of effect. Or not, because he sells it. Ah, nice, he uses only the Clockwork Goblins to kill the remaining ones, to get even faster levels.
Okay, there was of course barely anything left, but I like how Foggy made happen here. Before Master Training, we do have Master now, but not too many talents yet. Only 5 at the moment in the army. Of course, there will be more and more and more. coming in.
Crit level 2, by the way, and an expansion by OrcWorker. He knows this early game was great, but we saw Lin doing this against Undead and Night Elves, and sometimes this is too much greed. If it works, if it comes up, it's a win condition, usually, for the Orcs. Level 3 TC with the first heal scroll, Invo Potion as well. Mass damage on that Blade Master with crit level 2 over Windwalk level 2. And he should be able to pick a fight here, right? 55 food, super early for OrcWorker. And the expansion.
But still, 3 grunts in this army, not really what he wants to have. And here we go. Foggy would love to drag him back towards the bridge here. That's a good position for him. And of course, OrcWorker doesn't want to fall for this.
Slippers, man. Plus 11 agility.
Oh my god, this blade.
Are the clockworks already enough? Oh, nice end snare right before the Demon Hunter is in range. Awesome shockwave as well. Here comes the Raider army against the Talons. There's not much protection for Foggy. The Berserker falls in like seconds. The Tinker is taking care of the expansion positions. Another pocket factory, 2 of them, but the shockwave rattles through again, and the Raider are cleaning house here. 15 supply advantage, and the Blade Master is going ham on everything. Expansion's still up, and everything is still green for OrcWorker. Where are the mana burns? I don't see them.
And now there's only 4 Talons left, maybe 5 here. We see more lightning shields coming in on the Tinker as well. I think he tried to go for the Expo a little bit there, but he didn't get it, and he lost the fight as well. This is horrible now for Foggy, and remember, he doesn't have a TP to get out of this. The Tinker critical strike, and he dies with 180 here, and the Raiders now easy picks one end snare after the next. Neo, this is done. This is the 1-0.
How big is OrcWorker's ego right now after the game against Cash? Kills the Blade Master with the backstab. This is GG, and what a game by OrcWorker. This guy, what is wrong with him today? I mean, in the best way possible. Winning this game against Cash, the third one, in that matter, and now this win against OrcWorker.
And that
against
was the best
Foggy, I mean.
map for Foggy, man.
Yeah.
That was his one to take.
Yeah.
We're left with TR, TM, both pretty rough for Night Elf. AZ in the late game, also rough for Night Elf. So maybe only AI now really good for him left.
Foggy
Man.
takes AZ, right? Yeah, Foggy takes AZ.
Foggy, of course, relies a lot on the tier 2 pressure, and that is really good to do on AZ. And this was a crazy Blade Master we had on TS. And that is most likely not gonna happen on AZ.
Well, we said that about Terran as well. I really like the creeping of OrcWorker. It's once again the case that in the end you see the inventory of a Blade Master and you think, oh, he's doing so much damage. But he was forcing this with the very unusual creep on the starting position, on the natural expansion. And he stole, got a second chance on a second big item on Foggy's natural expansion as well. Very, very good play. And the defense at home also flawless by OrcWorker this time.
And I especially like that how he did it in the early game. Like at the very beginning, he moves out from his base, far away to the gold mine, only grabbing up the item there, and then going home because he knows then there is the possibility of harass. So he needs to be somewhere close to react. So that was also a smart choice by him.
But it's a new day, it's a new game, it's a new map. OrcWorker in the upper right, Foggy in the bottom left. Ukraine versus the Belarus. CIS region was battling it out amongst themselves. The Russians are already eliminated. And will the Belarus win it this time? So what tricks does he have up his sleeve this time? It is possible again to go for the Renegades at the Merc camps this time, but does he want to do the trick twice in 2 maps? I don't know.
I imagine we're going to see very similar early style from Foggy as we saw from him versus Cash on AI. Get the level 2 early and then run over and be aggressive and maybe cancel the burrow as well. I wonder where OrcWorker is going to put it. I could definitely see it coming up far in the back. Of course, items can also be a big deal here. If the Demon finds claws plus slippers. That is a big
Player's
help,
forces are under
especially
attack.
in the early game.
Foggy scouts it. Does see, okay, there's a shop coming. So no crazy super tier 2 rush things. One burrow tech, of course. And Foggy starts creeping here. Nothing has been done.
How does this keep happening? Come on, man.
In big games.
A player's
Always in big games.
And he got the nuts.
Yeah.
He got the slippers plus circlet plus tome of agility. And then he denies the big creep.
This is actually bad because he's far away from level 2 now. Since he, yeah, it wasn't just one creep, it was the big creep that he denied. That means his evasion is a lot faster. Slower, sorry. And this means he can't tank that much damage. During that go.
And
And
is he gonna get
OrcWorker.
surrounded here? The demon. No, don't do it!
Oh!
surrounded!
Even better, since he can't kill the peon there to get out. OrcWorker with the reactions. And he can take that trade. With evasion, you can never do this trade.
And that was really well done by OrcWorker, but Foggy, come on! That was a trap! How did
forces
you
are under attack.
not see that? That was pretty obvious.
OrcWorker has a plan for basically every stage of the game so far. And it works out very, very well. He finds him. He can't prevent level 2, but he can prevent the way to level 3. Oh, he's going for the Demon Hunter again. Can he
my
kill
God.
him? There's no boots. There's nothing. There's no TP anymore. And OrcWorker, a little bit of a micro bug here, as it seems. He's not fast enough. Or is he?
So close.
Backstab is
The
coming
grunt is
in.
looking for the block. The grunt is coming from the south.
If he
What can
gets
he
the
do
block,
here?
he's dead. He doesn't have a second Windwalk. He can't go for a staff. It's already good. Here we go. Is the sheep actually helping? No, he moves around the sheep.
Can he get out? Can he get out? Can he get past the grunt? I don't think so.
No.
The grunt's in position. He gets the block.
Kill. OrcWorker dominating Foggy. Also on AZ. What is this? And now he gets the Renegade again. History repeating, TS repeating. This time it's a Belt of Giant Strength. They're not that helpful. But with the additional HP, he might be able to finish this. Oh, he can't get rid of the aggro, as it seems. Losing a bit of HP, but now everything is in order.
Jesus Christ.
So many
the
misses.
Beastmaster only, of course, which he just purchased, can't hope for any aggressive stance. Has to wait for his demon here. Oh man.
Who did OrcWorker pay to play for him? This is not reminiscent of any OrcWorker games that I've seen in the past 2.5 years at all. He was always good in defending those early tier 2 Night Elf ghosts with the bounces. He was, I think, the one who came up with the traps that Focus then later adapted very quickly after he got back from the army. But he never got like to the next level with this. And now this is just super good.
This Blade Master is already level 3. He's gonna be able to stalk this Night Elf army for so long. The TC can solo creep. The grunts are already in position to start creeping with their second hero.
And it all
Foggy.
started with a denied creep of Foggy.
Foggy. Was he too sure of his way to Shanghai? I certainly was.
Still a good Demon Hunter. And still a hard map to get a good level 3 TC. But with this Blade Master, he's quite hurt though. It's a little too late for this now. He can split the Blade Master away. Doesn't seem to be the case here. Solo creeping the TC would definitely be more effective. But this is of course faster.
Alright, is he gonna be more fortunate with this item? A little. But not one of the dream ones.
And Foggy is catching up with his natural. Also has a ward here to see the Blade Master coming, which he is not. And a lot of health and big healing potion. Tier
Right.
2 untouched though for OrcWorker and Snare Walkers. And more experience on TC.
Forces are under attack.
Here comes the blade. That should be an easy last hit for him.
Nah, it's double detection. Good work against that. With the Sentry Ward and the Hawk.
He's pretty hurt though, here. Can't really go for the trade too much. But the TC, man, he is rushing to 3.
And Foggy can't do anything against it. He's nowhere near a position to get close to the Orc army. Master Upgrade is coming now. Cyclone is close. But the Demon Hunter is not level 3. He will get it though, but where to go from here? There's not too much. You can go for this one, the Trolls. But it's also only the Trapper left. So this does not look too good for Foggy creep-wise. And the TC, like, I got my Sasquatch, I'll get my level 3. Ease.
He sold the belt now. OrcWorker is getting the burrows to get ready to get into upkeep. And he's getting everything ready to just take a good fight here soon. And that's the level 3 replenishment. Again, we have a Tinker in the middle. We have the Orb of Venom, but no level 3 yet for the Demon. And finding a kill early against an Orc can oftentimes be so rough for Night Elf in this matchup.
It's true. Less than 8 minutes and we have a level 3 TC. On AZ, this is so rare. And it shows how good the early game for OrcWorker is. 10-foot advantage, as it should be. And Snare on the Hawk, but he gets the kill. And that's level 3! So this one little troll, will it make a difference? He needed that desperately to work against the level 2 shockwave of this big fella. Who has the first Invo Potion already, who has the first heal scroll already. So not only the army is looking good, also the inventory. Not a crazy Blade Master though, not a crazy TC in terms of items, but rock solid.
Forces are under attack.
And Foggy again walking into an empty spot there.
And this blade, considering we are on AZ, has a pretty good Blade Master.
+7, level 2 crit. Nothing to complain about. Doesn't get much better from here on though. Except if he goes for tier 3, but that would be nuts. Foggy closing in on 50, but OrcWorker is once again one step ahead. Breaking upkeep. Going for more walkers, more raiders, and he's ready to fight now.
Alright, in the middle of the map. The more open, the better it is, of course, for the Orc. We have an Ancient of War coming in as well for Foggy, who is taking his sweet time, but should be in position to help. The middle of the map is not... It's still fairly wide open, but there are worse positions for the Night Elf to fight. And for example here, right in front of the Orc Natural, there is basically nothing that like controls the Orc. Oh, greater mana. Oh my god.
It's gonna rain shockwaves. He has to work against this with a lot of Cyclone. First shockwave hits. No mana burn against that. He has one more plus the big mana, which he has to transfer though. Berserker for Foggy caught off guard, and the Blade Master immediately takes care of this.
Cyclones onto the 2 heroes, the way it's supposed to be, of course. The Raiders are moving forward, not quite finding the kills. Oh, but there was a nice shockwave coming in once again. And don't forget about the greater mana, which he still has to use. But all the Orc units pretty low. If you could find some kills here, the Spirit Link, of course, makes them all pretty vulnerable. We have the Fairy Dragon now as well against the Walkers. The Demon, though, in the front lines, in trouble. There's no more healing on him. He tried to pass something, but I don't think it worked. But he gets staffed out, just barely in the nick of time.
There's no item anymore. He shifts the focus towards the Beastmaster, who has no TP. Cyclone to diminish the damage, but that's it. Second hero down, and the Tinker trapped himself there a little bit, but OrcWorker has to get away, and he finds the perfect timing to run away from this. Too far away to get damage, and I think he should have the time to heal up now with the Demon Hunter. Okay, the Demon Hunter's back, but the Beastmaster's not.
And that's a difficult choice now for Foggy. He knows that the Orc is healing up. He would love to, like, chase and punish and cancel healing, but he's so weak himself. Can he really afford to do this?
It's a 20 food advantage for the Belarusian. And everything that was hurt will not be hurt in a minute. He's waiting for the items. He doesn't have the gold at the moment. What did he spend it on? Another walker. Okay, he's waiting for it. Of course, this will take some time thanks to upkeep. Maybe if he can get the upper hand in economy due to no upkeep, he can get more items. But of course the revive on the Beastmaster was quite costly.
Foggy is quickly back to 50 supply. That happens quickly. We all know this with talents. But the important thing is you have to find the kills on the walkers, on the raiders. You need the experience. You need your heroes to carry you through the later stages. But he's on 3-2-1 still.
Yeah. And OrcWorker is expanding his advantage with a level 4 on the TC and getting close to level 5 on the Blade Master with a Granite Golem. Big item possible. Helm of Valor. Meh. A little bit of damage for the Blade Master, who is now at plus 11. Foggy most likely can never go for his red spot, since all of his damage is magic, except the heroes. And now one Fury Dragon, but come on. Ask a Rock Golem what a Fury Dragon does to him. He will just laugh at you.
And now the two armies here passing in the middle without seeing each other. Two ships passing in the night. 16 supply advantage for the Orcs still. And we see more Berserkers coming. 20 supply now ahead.
Foggy does have items. Heal Scroll and Invul. No TP though. Only one staff. No Invul on the Tinker. Seems like a base race. Does OrcWorker have Pillage or is he researching it? He's researching it now. And OrcWorker will be supply stuck. But what will be left of Foggy's base after this ambush?
This is so much damage. Oh my god. One Moonwell dead, two Moonwells gone, and the shop as well. Opens up the way for the Tree of Eternity. And yeah, it has to be TP home from the Night Elf. Oh, it's a fake staff. No, it's a real TP. But he left half the army in the Orc base. Foggy, what's going on? This is over.
This is it a rage quit or is it really a bad connection? I didn't see what happened in the north since my camera was at the Night Elf base.
Yeah, he TP'd out with the Tinker and I think he didn't realize how far away his army was. Question is if that was so bad of a TP, or if the TP was so bad because of the ping, or if this just happened after. Yeah. This is always really annoying for the admins here. They now will have to decide, was this game over or not?
I mean, it's a 23 supply. It's almost 5-4 heroes. It's, Foggy is not a rager usually.
Yeah, I think this is pretty much over. Even without that bad TP, I think there is barely any way.
I mean, he will town portal with his entire army into that little spot, and the TC had mana for shockwaves for sure. So he hurts them hard with that level 2 shockwave anyway. Very unfortunate situation though. Of course we can't see what's going on at Foggy's side since there's a 3-minute delay on his stream as well. I don't even know if he's streaming. He's not. Or at least it's not online at the moment.
The best thing would of course be if he could reconnect here, but at the moment it's not looking like it.
Very, very tense situation now. I mean, the Tinker was dead. Okay, let's see if I can get a word with admins. There's not too much time left until he will drop. 30 seconds. An OrcWorker. What a performance.
This should be his 2-0.
Yeah, I'm
2-0.
pretty sure. I think it's safe to say this is his 2-0.
Yeah.
And in what a fashion. That is like even more fascinating. Like how he did this. We can use that time to thank a new donation that we have by Sheep. €5, he says, for the handsome Remo. And Survival Games TV has subscribed as well. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, it automatically dropped. Survival Games TV has subbed as well, and Pimps696. Delete this one. Saying... Cheers, Neo and Remo. Feels good coming home just in time for the grand finale. Welcome back, my man. Also working for Warcraft 3.info. So shout out to that. Demon says Foggy is not here. Ah, there he is. He immediately calls for Twisted Meadows. So...
Ah, okay. So he admits it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't expect anything else from him, but I did expect everything else from OrcWorker, who is now 2-0 in the lead after playing on the best Night Elf maps. Twisted Meadows next.
We saw before how he can play the expansion Dryad game well there, but OrcWorker most likely has seen that game. So that shouldn't come as a surprise to him. (2-0) lead for Maxim from the Belarus. Who would have thought? He might be the first guy to punch the ticket to China.
Yeah. I mean, from the 5 strong players, I mean, Sonic, OrcWorker, Cash, Foggy, and Hawk, he was alongside Sonic, I think, the guy who would have put the least money on, to be honest. But this is basically like his go at the WCA qualifiers back then, where he surprised us all. But there it was just solid play. This time it's very well thought out. Game is up! Game 3. 3 match points for the Belarusian.
Crazy. I thought this was going to be a fairly quick 3-0/3-1 for Foggy. But nuh-uh. The Ukrainian against the ropes here. I wonder how rattled he is by this himself. Because nobody was expecting this. And
yeah.
Foggy usually has OrcWorker's number. Really cool, man.
I think from an interview that Warcraft 3.info's Ugrilainen did with OrcWorker before, we knew that, I think before GCS, OrcWorker, I think he said he lost his job, so maybe he can focus a bit more on Warcraft since then. And if that's the case, it's definitely paying off, as you can see. 3rd map of the grand final. If he 3-0s him, it would be a miracle. The fans said before, Foggy is the big favorite. We said before, Foggy is the big favorite. The statistics say Foggy is the big favorite. But on paper, there's a 2-0 for the Orc. And we go on to Twisted Meadows.
Alright. Once again, Foggy playing it safe like he did earlier. Against Cash, not going out to creep with his Ancient of War first. If that gets scouted and gets punished, you find yourself in a horrible position. Oftentimes that won't get scouted because Orcs, 1 Boros, no scouts, and all that. But Foggy plays it safe. So he's going to start out with hunts. But where does he go from there? You can apply so many different strategies. Demon Hunter first, of course. There's no choice there. But after, might be anything.
Yeah. So this is close position and they're scouting each other immediately. So Foggy has access to the Merc camp, but against Orc that doesn't seem to be that big of an advantage. Late Master it is, of course. I mean, So-In and sometimes Who they play Farseer here. And of course, like Razorman, but for OrcWorker, this is not possible. I do have some technical issue here. There we go. Here better.
And the peon scouted the main here.
Yeah.
Of course, he knew where he was because of the Wisp. Sees that there's no Ancient of War next to the Merc camp. So if Foggy was really greedy, he could have been really lucky here if he actually went for the Nulls, which there is no reason to go for, though, if you have the choice of Merchant, I guess. Of Merc camp. Speaking of Merchant, that's where OrcWorker is going. Hoping for a ton of experience. Cash was lucky enough earlier on today. Let's see. Is he gonna be in time? Yeah, yes. Yeah, no problem. Demon Hunter is looking for the burrow cancel. It's a 2-burrow tech, actually. So it's gonna be too late to cancel this one. Blade Master didn't get the Tome of Experience. And here's the tech. Pretty much on time with the knife. Is he gonna get surrounded here again? Don't want to happen again.
He found a Tome of Agility, so it is quite a bit of damage boost, plus the circlet. He's in a decent position for the early mid-game as well. Here is the Engine of War. No Hunter Soul. There's no Hunter Soul. And he doesn't use the Engine of War to creep.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay.
What is this, Remo? I don't know.
It might just be talent play.
But why do you build the Engine of War then? Just to wall off a bit?
Yeah. But then why 2 archers? 3 archers. Is this bears?
Is this hippo riders?
Now that would be crazy, Neo. I love the shop in the back again. I think this is not done enough. OrcWorker here, making sure he's always going to have those salves available. Alright, if he goes for 4 archers, something's really fishy.
Yeah, I'm baffled. Okay.
Only 3 for now, though.
Maybe it's his desperation move that might turn the tide and break OrcWorker psychologically, because like the momentum is so on OrcWorker's side.
Yeah.
3
he was
map wins in a
expecting
row.
an expansion down here. Scouting for it with the grunt, didn't find it.
Opens up the main, by the way. Engine of War will not produce more, but still no Hunter Soul.
And of course, Bear's not going to be happening without a Hunter Soul. What is this? I guess just talents with more
Talents
archers.
on TM. I think you can play it. He gets a grunt, by the way, most likely, in the bottom left.
It's only going to take a year or 2.
It's not too much.
Might be able to deny him.
He's like...
He wants to scout for an expo here as well. Yeah.
But the Demon Hunter is now far away from everything else. Can't go for the harass in the main. There's a Bestiary Lodge coming up, plus a TC. OrcWorker knows that it's Talent's time, most likely. And we do see an Engine of Wind. It's just base, normal talents.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright. TM, of course, another one of those maps where it's so hard to find a good position for talents.
In that before-mentioned WCA Grand Final of European Qualifier, OrcWorker had match points as well, and Foggy came back. But back then it was a 2-1, with Foggy winning the first map, and not a 2-0.
Did you look that up or did you know that?
I looked it up. That's why it took so long.
That would have been pretty crazy. Right, Demon finally on level 2. And we do have a TC, so he's not putting him on like Dryad play. When he finds him here.
The strong suit of Foggy is usually the pressure on tier 2. This time he got a grunt, so he got something, but nothing to get rid of Raiders and Walkers.
Hope he gets the Berserker here. That's a big kill, and he gets the grunt in front to block. He also has a scroll of speed. This one is definitely dead.
Yeah. Oh, can he block with a Beastmaster?
Nice.
Well done. But an SH is lurking in the shadows. Oh no, wait, never mind. It's a TC. I was thinking.
But the Mighty Axe.
The
blocks only.
Really good. Really good. And that will be it.
We've seen so many great blocks the past 2 weeks. It's like they figured out a new way of blocking or something.
Oh, the Beastmaster. You don't want to lose that one. But he may have no choice here. Another scroll of speed invested, so that's 100 gold here.
Raiders reaching around for another block. He gets distracted by the Quill Beast and says, okay, Beastmaster, you're allowed to get away. Is there end snare though?
In a second. Right now he has it. Oh! The Cloak of Shadows, but only for so long. Delaying the inevitable.
Well, that gives him a lot of time for the Demon Hunter. This Beastmaster is only level 1. Here's the end snare. Had the perfect timing here. Boom, down he goes.
Did he deny him?
I thought the same.
I don't think so, right?
TC has experience. Where else should he get experience from?
He got... Yeah, he didn't deny it.
Okay. Potion of Greater Mana again for Foggy. Not the one that he is looking for, of course. An OrcWorker. Scouts with a Walker. Last hit. Dota skills coming out. Everything is working so well for this guy. I can't believe it.
The Agent of War is gone as well. Oh my god.
And there's a Berserker. And everything is available. The Berserker would suit him well. And here we go. Level 3 Blade Master. Almost level 2 TC without creeping anything. Right? No. Master upgrade is halfway through. Beastmaster is coming back. He doesn't have the resources for the Tinker. Ah, he bought the Tinker already. Sent him far out of the map to just be safe.
Going the long way home. Oh man, and do you really want to give the Orc the time on TM to creep up all those camps?
Is it the third time he found the flute? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I thought the same.
Maybe it's his lucky charm. Tome of Intelligence there. 30 more mana for the TC.
Oh, nice scouting by the peon as well. This is the most likely spot for the knife to be in to creep. But no, he's moving across with only a level 2 demon with only the orb. The inventory in general is looking bad. No invols, no heal scrolls.
He had potions on the Beastmaster, yeah. But apart from that, just the TP and the orb.
So I can't even get the Raider.
Lots of haste there. Oh yeah, you're right. Fury Fire on him though, a little bit of control. But he wants to keep OrcWorker supply stack that he doesn't get to his dangerous 60 supply, and that works well. And I think he has to trade the TP for it as OrcWorker comes from the south. Wisps are in for detonate. Critical strike, loses the Raider. Shockwave was okay, but that was the final one.
And a lot of the Orc army is still lagging behind. The Walkers and the Berserker not here yet. And the Talons are a little bit protected. But the Demon at the same time taking quite a bit of damage himself. Blade Master's not in the air, and the Demon needs to TP out of this.
Yeah, that was quite obvious, I think. But he got what he wanted. He delayed the 60 food of the Orc, even on the cost of a town portal, which of course is a lot. But what else could he have done? There's so much of the creeps are gone, mercs are gone, the thing right in front of his base is gone, the laboratory most likely too risky and too far away. There's no TP, just 2 potions. And he moves out again.
A player's force
And the peon once again sees it.
Yeah, this is really well done.
He's so close to big level ups here. Level 2 on the Beastmaster, level 3 on the Demon. But also the TC. Level 3 right around the corner. Only 2 Raiders here at the moment though. He lost some before.
And one gets ensnared. Is this Foggy's chance to come back into the series? Level up for the TC though, level 3, that no mana. This is definitely a good chance for Foggy.
Is he gonna look for the surround here on the blade? Might be an early invul. No, but he gets the Walker, and that's level 3 for him. And the level 2.
This is a Hawk, this is a level 2 mana burn. TC, this once again not have a shockwave if the mana burn is coming. Cyclone first, Blade Master has an invul potion, needs to use it soon, but there's the Cyclone first, gets rid of a Raider. Here comes the shockwave. Oh, actually Cycloned again. Demon Hunter is near though, he needs a mana burn right after this one. Yeah, there we go, right before the shockwave. Foggy is playing this way better than before. Pocket Factory is gone though, but the Raiders are dropping low and the Talons are still standing strong.
And one more Raider falls. Only one Ensnare to worry about. More and more Cyclone he disenchants, so his Blade Master can do something. He's level 4, but the inventory isn't so amazing. And the last Raider falls. And Foggy's coming back into this. Level 2 Tinker is right around the corner. Does he have more Cyclone? He needs the Cyclone, of course, against the Blade Master. There's one more. And there's another Pocket Factory. We have 45 supply for the Night Elf, 39 only for OrcWorker, losing more and more units. Another Walker falls, that's his level up. And now, on the chase, on the warpath, the TC level 3 in trouble. But fast enough to get away for now.
Gets another Raider for free though. Who's mismicroed there? Oh, actually, gets away on the TC as well. He needs a heal.
No mana. He can surround the blade.
He does. This should be... Does he have a heal scroll? He gets rid of the healing. No, he doesn't. This is the kill on the Blade Master, and this is Foggy's way back into this series. Twisted Meadows. Usually not a Night Elf map if you play with talents, but he found a way. Gets to the tavern, OrcWorker is. He still wants to stay in this game, even with 34 supply only. Pocket Factory, he's gonna wreck this base. And everything is hurt, but he has a heal scroll.
Players' forces are under
And he only has one heal salve as well. And now, oh my god, he's gonna be supply stuck until the next Ice Age. In the back here, though, there is no room to evacuate.
And no TP. Only a heal scroll on that side. The talents are actually not protected. How much Cyclone does he have left? Not too much.
Looking for more and more raiders. The TC is in trouble as well. And that's the GG finally. And Foggy comes back.
He doesn't give up this series without putting on a fight. This is Foggy catching up against OrcWorker, and the streak of 3 wins in a row is broken. But Foggy's best maps are gone. We saw Terranas, we saw AZ, and we are left with Turtle Rock and AI. And I wonder what OrcWorker is picking. Oh, we did it already. I missed it.
AI.
AI it is. Okay.
Kind of surprising. We saw how extremely well OrcWorker played here earlier against not Foggy. I'm getting it mixed up here. But yeah, Turtle Rock is the last one, right? Would be the last one after this.
Exactly.
I wonder why he doesn't go for it.
Last Refuge and Echo Isles were banned, as you can see at the picks and bans state here. It's still 2 match points. Foggy asks for a 1-minute break that we will gladly grant him. And yeah, if you like those games, if you want to see the replays again with your own camera control to analyze the play of the players, feel free to sub. It is September, 50% of all subscriptions. Doesn't matter if you go for 1, 2, or 6 months. You save quite a bit of money. You support us with it. The more we get supported, the more we can cast, obviously, and usually, or at the moment, 5 to 6 days casting per week is usual, or became usual for us. This will continue next week, as Wednesday and Thursday is NSL Neo Star League, a tournament for $22,000, and on Friday to Sunday we have Race War, and Jera Cup will continue as well. So a packed schedule again for the first week of August, and you get all the replays from that. Of course, if you don't want to sub, then still you can donate or buy merchandise, whatever. But let's not talk about this as we go on to map 4, which is AI.
All right. Foggy, is he going to play the same style that he did against Cash? That worked really well with the Ancient of War, completing the first creep to get him to almost level 2 and then be super aggressive and keep the attention away from his base. OrcWorker should have seen that game, should have an idea of how to counter this. Maybe don't even creep your first ogre, but instead run over with a circlet from the merchant. There are certainly ways to answer this. I wonder what his idea is. There have been very well thought out, meticulous answers by OrcWorker today. I wonder if we're going to see something very specific again.
And how strong is he mentally? The last Refuge game might have given him a boost in confidence, and then 2 wins in a row. Now Twisted was not the greatest Night Elf map. He lost it due to nice little pushes from Foggy after a good early game by OrcWorker, though, even though he lost the grunt. Can he come back from this? Can he start this with an open and fresh mind? Or is the momentum swinging like a pendulum back into OrcWorker's face? We will answer this question in roughly 20 minutes as we see the eternal battle of Demon Hunter and Blade Master for the 4th time in a row.
Alright, and no super quick shop here for Worker most likely means that he will be going for his Ogre Magi first. And again, Foggy with a conventional creep. You could also go for the Gnolls in the middle
A player's forces
no.
are under attack.
Not for Foggy.
So, Foggy, do not deny this Magi this time. Please. Level 2 is easy on AI, but not if you get rid of the Magi.
There's no lightning shield here, so it really, really, really shouldn't have.
There's still a right hand from the Engine of War.
Isn't it the left hand? Did he deny it? No. Dude, I thought for a second there I thought he denied it.
Dude, that was a question of a blink of an eye. It was so close. But he gets rewarded. He's super fast and creeping. He gets the claws of attack. Blade Master is still doing this little bit of stutter stepping for OrcWorker now. And a claws of attack for him as well. So Lady Luck, again, very generous to both.
And Foggy is playing it exactly like he did against Cash. One Moonwell tech and be very aggressive.
Two burrow tech by OrcWorker, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They played it in Orc Mirror as well on AI. So they must have a very good usage of these grunts. Oh, nice movement of the Blade Master. Keeps the Demon Hunter away from the inside of the base.
Foggy saw this, of course. The later tech. And that means that an early Beastmaster could be super annoying for OrcWorker. Yeah, with OrcWorker going for more grunts early here, he is really supposed to get something out of him. And most namely, a lot of experience from the creeps, or maybe even damage in the Night of Main. But that is less likely to happen. The Archer is down at the Merc camp.
He was... What is he doing there? I mean, he can lure the creeps away and then get a Berserker or a Shadow Priest, but... I don't know. Maybe just used as a ward, as a lot of Korean Night Elves are doing it.
He may expect OrcWorker to creep this, and that's just the reason. Oh man. That is such great anticipation.
It's only level 2 for him though, as he sees the Demon Hunter joining this battle. Grunt is harassing in the base a bit, scouting for this. A lot of scouting in general in this series.
Oh, the Berserker. That's gonna be a big kill if he can find it. And there's no scroll of speed here to save him with. But the grunt block is pretty nice. But he gets past it. I think it should be safe, though.
Nice reaction by Worker. Really good micro. And now the Demon Hunter can't stand this anymore. Has to go away. A little bit of a micro bug, but he gets away anyway.
I like how he moved away the Ancient of War, hoping he won't see him during nighttime. And I think he didn't see it.
Me neither. He's not going for it anyway. Engines of Wind, of course. 4th time talents in a row. Tier 3 should be starting soon, but he has lumber problems at the moment. Can't go for tier 3 immediately. Beastmaster second. And this is not aggression anymore. This is creeping now. Maybe a little split. Creeping the Demon Hunter, harassing with the Beastmaster, but shouldn't be that effective.
And what are... Oh, look at this. Mass peon blocks against the Quill Beast so he can't staff in. Really doesn't want to have to deal with this nonsense. And what I really like from OrcWorker's build here is he only has one grunt. Ah, never mind, he has two. Okay.
And the Berserker.
And the Berserker, yeah. But of course the grunts, they suffer heavily from falling off later. But on the other side, the Demon Hunter gets to creep up more. Gonna get 2.5 from this camp and a nice parry up of Vitality.
Level 2 and
is still not out.
Level 2 and a bit for the Blade Master, who's really annoying against this Beastmaster. Quill Beast didn't do anything, but at least he got the levels on this Demon Hunter in return for this harass. Level 2.6. That should be an easy level 3 before the TC gets it. But OrcWorker's next target is most likely going to be a laboratory, and Foggy is well aware, so I'm pretty curious on how he's going to punish this.
Nice block here coming out against the Berserker. Can Worker save him again? How good are the blocks? Ah, against the speed scroll, almost impossible.
He did it before on TM, but in general, I can't recall how often we said it's a nice block recently. It's really something else. End Snare coming now at 37 supply. TC still 0 experience, and tier 3 is halfway done. So I would say this is not looking too bad for Foggy, except that the Beastmaster is at 0 experience.
Yeah, I think this is all totally open still. Wouldn't say that either of the players has here a sizable advantage. Of course, if the Night Elf doesn't get bothered before tier 3 and gets to creep up at the same time, that's usually nice for him. And he's gonna get a Berserker now as well, taking out a big camp here with the Red Drake.
Health Stone for Worker and the TC on the way to 3. But of course, a True Shot would be great. And Boots of Kel'Thalas as well. Also a little tankiness for the heroes, never bad. But this takes quite some time, even with Quill Beasts. There we go though. A lot of Giant Strength, that's the tankiness for the Beastmaster. And level 3.
This demon has plus 300 HP at the moment. But I imagine he's at least gonna give one of those over. The belt would make sense.
OrcWorker is getting the second red spot without being punished for it. This is not supposed to happen.
But of course with the Orc, tier 2 prowess, not unheard of. One of the wind for him, that could be really nice. A timely use against the staff. Could be a big deal.
He's running back now to defend his burrow. He needs that burrow to go up to 50, but I think the damage is too high. Even with the Walker there, the Berserker's really paying off well. The Archer only... Oh, staffs the Archer.
And uses the TP. Okay.
OrcWorker's supply stock. OrcWorker's army is hurt. And the TC did not find level 3 yet. He does have good items, but what's it worth? 47 supply for Foggy already. Look at this Talon army. No Master yet. He's creeping up still. Was this the Master Train? No, it's still there at 60%. That would have been crazy fast. But the TC is still level 1.
A town is under siege.
Despite him taking 2 red camps. I mean, only the items. Yes, I understand. But still. And that's how you can see that sniping the items can also be fairly ineffective as far as experience gain goes.
Almost got
attack.
Yeah,
Again.
almost got it. This Demon Hunter is nice, and the Beastmaster is getting nice as well. TC creeping up, finally level 2 now. Those Berserkers help. Heal Scroll and Invo Potion. This game is maybe the closest we've seen so far, with a slight advantage for Foggy. But we haven't seen a big fight yet, and that's where it all comes down to. But the TC level is really worrisome for the Orc fans out there.
The player's forces are under attack.
Gonna get another camp here, at least. Some more experience.
Level 3, but only for the blade. And he was scouted.
Oh, and this would be a great position. Next to the tavern here, that's a nice choke for him to look for. And a lot of Cyclones coming in.
OrcWorker has only one Windwalk with the Hawk there. He can be Cyclone for a long, long time. He's trying to move away from this, but there's no speed scroll for him. So he has to take this fight at some point with 50 versus 50. Which is not how you want it.
Oh, it's really nice now. The Hawk above the trees sees where the Orc army goes. There's also a Wisp over there in the trees to help him with a Detonate. So many Wisps here for Detonate.
He pulled them before, and that worked quite well. OrcWorker saves this unit, though. No free XP for the Night Elf, and he's walking in a Congo line now. I like how OrcWorker gets away with this. This is he could have lost the game there if he takes this fight in a bad spot.
Yeah, but very patient here, just walking away. Talons are damn slow after all.
And he bought the time for his 10 supply that he needs. Raider comes out. Nether Raider here. A lot of stuff is still in production. But this is exactly the time that he needs. So, hands down, nice reaction. Still no level 3 TC though.
2 heal scrolls though for him. 4 raiders, 4 walkers, looking pretty nice. Also one of the berserkers. Alright, here we go. First big fight of this game. Cyclone immediately on the demon. Here comes the shockwave from the back, hitting not so nice to be honest. And the wisps coming in. They haven't been disabled. This is so much detonate. This is so much mana gone on the walkers. That's not good for the orc. By the way, a TP had been bought before by Foggy. Should he have to get out of this? And the talons are in a horrible position, man. This shockwave was really big. May have only been level 1, but still hit very nicely. And the talons, they're just disappearing one after the next.
Walker damage against him was really nice. Now we have level 3, more talents falling. Is this the end for Foggy in this qualifier? Definitely looks like it. 52 versus 29. The army, man. What the hell was happening? And now it's time to chase the heroes. There's still an Invo Potion and a Town Portal. And he gets this one. No mass crit. So he saves the last heroes, but... Unbelievable how OrcWorker bought the time and lured Foggy into that little trap. And but what was up with the talon movement there?
Yeah, and I think that's something that Foggy is a little too much, like moving out in the open.
Yeah.
That's just... When the screen is completely unobstructed by trees, that's not where you want to fight.
OrcWorker's ranged army, the Walkers and the Berserkers, they did a phenomenal job in taking out the already hurt units. And then there was a downward spiral. Like, couldn't do too much against it anymore. Then the Raiders arrived. And yeah, have fun with that if you're backed against the laboratory down there.
Also, the thing about this demon is he's investing heavily into him with lots of claws on him and also tanking his items. But in that fight, he was just cycloned for so damn long.
Wind of the Wind, kind of the MVP of today.
Yeah, it's true.
Especially for OrcWorker.
But of course, Night Elf being Night Elf, he's gonna be back to 50 supply very quickly. And he's gonna get some more creep camps, or at least the remaining parts as well. And this should be level 3 Beastmaster, I think. Yeah. Gonna solo creeping here. That is gonna be a pretty big upgrade, but the Orc is coming from the south. There's no scout to see this coming in advance.
Hawk is coming now, but it's too late. The Raiders are already in position. From the left, we see the Blade Master coming. Goes to the shop. No, he has a heal scroll and an invul. But OrcWorker doesn't want to commit to this. He's only at 55. Level 3 Beastmaster is sometimes an upgrade. I think it's undervalued how much better a Quilbeast level 2 really is.
Yeah, it's like...
It's a massive damage.
More than twice as good, right? Or
I don't have the numbers on it, but...
Yeah.
With Bloodlust, it's crazy.
Alright, this is a better position here for the Night Elf. If you can hold between the two tree lines here.
It is a position where Focus killed Lawlight at Nostalgia Battlefield, though, without a shadow of a chance for the Night Elf. And here we go. Raiders. It's a good blocker line. Shockwave was really nice. And but there's not a second one, though. Was burned immediately. Torrent Chieftain does take a lot of damage. How does the situation for the Talons look? Not too well, I would say. There's a massacre going on back there.
Here we see a lot of disenchants against the Cyclone Blade Masters in the air the way it's supposed to be. The Talons are trying to retreat. Level 4 for the TC in the midst of this. Gets another grunt here, but those don't matter too much. But his heroes, that's the more important thing for Foggy. They are fairly untouched. Maybe they can win this fight if he can control this Blade Master. Mana-wise, it's looking okay still for him. More and more talents, of course, for him coming from the main. He's only at 39 supply, though, against 55 for OrcWorker. But a lot of these units are low as well. One Walker dies, one Raider dies, one Walker to the left might fall in a second as well, maybe even two. Is Foggy turning this around?
It's either rubber band or lose, that's for sure. Blade Masters and TC are on the ground again, killing one more Talons. But as you said, the triple hero for the Night Elves is marching forward. TC still has the big heal stone. Gets cycloned again, though, losing another Raider. Nice recovery from the Ukrainian GCS boy. He goes for the Tinker. He wants a hero kill. TC is out of position a little bit, but he commits to this, and there's no item anymore, so he gets the Tinker, and the Pocket Factory was deployed, though.
He swapped the invul, but he didn't have the time to use it. This one Raider is so close to dying. So is TC. But does he realize that there is a health stone? And if he does, is it a good idea to focus him? Perhaps not, because here comes the health stone. But he doesn't have Spirit Link. He's still taking a lot of damage. The Walker doesn't have the mana for the Spirit Link, and it's the GG. And he comes back to make it a 5-game series.
Oh my god, who would have thought after the first 2 games that we go full distance and end this tournament on Turtle Rock? I didn't at all. But isn't it beautiful?
Strong comeback, man. OrcWorker having such a strong start into this series, but man, Foggy showing like how experienced he got as well. He did not get flustered by this. He came back, he took his opportunities when they were presented to him. Really, really good. We have another donation, by the way, by Just Ross, saying Lightning Orb won it. That may have been delayed, maybe, that donation. Maybe you were talking about the Orc Mirror earlier, where that was certainly the case.
Thank you very much, my man. And I think there's a little bit discussion going on about balance, but everybody seems to be in a good mood still. I mean, they hung out together, and it's always a different thing if you met a player in person or not. Sometimes you get things the other way around, but not between those two. They had a good time streaming for goodgame.ru in their hotel room together with Hawk. But yeah, Turtle Rock as a concluding map in a best of 5 series. One of the two players will book a ticket to Shanghai. He will meet 120 again, Infi again, TH, Focus, Moon.
Shao KK.
Shao KK for the first time. Maybe Foggy can get some, if he wins, he can get some advice for his hairstyle from Shao KK. You know, he's got like the emo scene look.
Shao KK, really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Saw a picture, like massive makeup and emo hairstyle.
So maybe you guys can become good friends as well.
Yeah, because I totally look like an emo right now.
No, but you can relate. It's like it's in the
That's
past.
true. I can relate. Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be decided on Turtle Rock. Who goes to Shanghai? Of course, this is only our first qualifier. There will be a second one soon. I thought you were gonna say the date there, Neil.
In 2 weeks, we have the open qualifier. Of course, 4 players are already qualified for the second one. That is the loser of this match, plus Hawk and Cash. And from America, it's going to be Hunter, who will replace Long Walk, since he will be on his way to Germany when the qualifier takes place. So he has to be replaced, unfortunately, as the runner-up of ACS. And yeah, an open qualifier for 4 more slots will be happening in 2 weeks. Every one of you can take part. The link will be gcs.backtowarcraft.com again, but we will keep you up to date on our social media when the sign up is open. But until then, we have NSL, we have Race War, we have Jera Cups, but this doesn't matter at all at this point because it's all down to this map 5. Full distance between those two.
All right, and we wanted nothing else. Turtle Rock, Night Elf versus Orc. We've seen many amazing games here. And I hope we're going to go into a long and amazing one once again. That can oftentimes be an issue, though, for Night Elf. This is one of the easiest maps for Orc to find 5-5 heroes on. And should we get to that stage, that is almost unwinnable.
Yeah. It's not close position. That would have been good for Foggy later on. Because we mentioned many times how fast you can get your talents back and then you come in waves. It's basically like a militia push from humans, but just late game and for Night Elf. But no, it's cross position and that's good for the Orc. Is he broken now, though, after 2 maps that he lost against Foggy after a great start? Or will he just take his time, creep a lot, try to get 4-5 or 5-5, and then destroy the Night Elf army?
Yeah, this seems to perhaps come down a little to, like, nervousness and stability. Who's gonna be able to keep his calm here? Who's gonna be able to not make any mistakes?
Very good point. At GCS, Foggy was down 1-0 often against Romantic, I think also against TH, and he came back all the time. Now he was down 2-0. Was it too much for him or not? He has comeback abilities. From OrcWorker, we haven't seen it that often that he turns the series around. He did it versus Cash, though, if I'm not mistaken. But we've seen so many games, it might be the case that I am wrong here. Nope, I'm not.
This can be a very rough map here for Night Elf. Finding creeps, the Ancient of War only gets the little tiny green one. And mana items are never what you want here, which is the first one for the demon with the mantle. Blade Master going for the focus creep.
Isn't it a little late for that?
I can do it. If he drags the ogre way into the back, there's nothing the demon can do about it.
But the
he
demon
has
is
to
there.
do it.
The demon is here, and there's mana burn, and oh boy, this could be bad for OrcWorker. Just waiting for the mana burn here.
Oh, he didn't do it. That was greedy by him.
He got it though.
He got it.
The
But the ring of regen.
he can't trade anymore against this. Ay, 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 ay.
And Foggy got the ward.
Yeah.
And
The
yeah,
ward
if
on
you're-
OrcWorker's
if you're
side.
if you're less greedy as the orc, you can just drag the ogre magi to the back immediately, and then yes, the ward isn't gonna be so awesome, but you don't lose the item, and you're not in risk of losing the last.
Foggy moves on with the Engine of War for more creeping. Fast level 2 Demon Hunter is the goal here. Blade Master, what can he do now? Just the tiny ones, I think, for a quickly stacked hero.
This ring of regen is gonna be so nice for him.
Yeah, during the creep phase, this saves him a hell of a lot of moon juice. Circled for him. And yeah, it's just the tiny spots for Worker. But, nice reward with the slippers.
He's level 2. Is he gonna do the ogre up here as well? That seems a little risky. I don't even know if you can drag the ogre into the back here. I know it's possible on the bottom.
He starts it when the Demon Hunter just arrives, but okay, Windwalk. By the way, the WCA game was also a 3-2. With Foggy, of course, winning the 5th map back then in August of 2016. More than a year ago.
Blade Master most likely gonna add some more damage here to his inventory. Yes, indeed, already a little scary here, and the demon really does not want to give up this ogre.
But
Dust
it's
is ready again.
It's just DPS. Against Night Elf you want flat damage, I think. To go out of Windwalk and explode onto that hero focus before you get cycloned again. It's not like you have a lot of time.
Yeah, I guess so. Tier 2 tech, by the way, has finished here for OrcWorker, a little bit ahead of Foggy's tech this time. And once again, OrcWorker's base layout is pretty much perfect. One grunt blocking the entrance, the 2 buildings coming up in the back. He's known for this.
To that, Demon Hunter still wants to go for it without a staff. Ooh. Can he block him? Does he block himself? No, he doesn't. So, Demon Hunter is there. Grunt says, hello, you're not getting in here. Not at all. I don't like your look. TC is coming. Oh, that takes some time. So, Grunt and Burrows versus Demon Hunter. And actually, he holds on to this. Blade Master is there. No Windwalk, though.
Has to
As
get
he
out.
gets mana burn. And yeah,
He doesn't
no damage.
even lose the grunt. Extremely good hold.
Yeah, that is really well done. And usually Foggy needs this jump start into tier 2 to improve his advantage from there after killing something or cancelling something. Doesn't happen here. And the late game in general will be favoring the orc, so he has to come up with something.
You would love for OrcWorker to go creeping a little now, because he has produced 3 archers once again who would love to snipe this ogre magi at the merchant. Does OrcWorker have an idea about this? And again, the Ring of Regen, man. He would have had to leave and evacuate here so much sooner if not for that item. But now he probably will have to go back home.
Tier 3 halfway done. Adept upgrade coming, second engine of wind coming. And finally some creeping time for the TC. Easy camps though, never overcommitting. Mental of intelligence is decent for him. Oh, some observer pinging here. No 3 archer trick at the turtles, which could have been a typical Foggy move. But it's not working.
Blade Master here. Saw this camp being taken, but he doesn't have the mana for a Windwalk, so this really shouldn't be stolen.
Good positioning by Foggy to secure this kill. And a nice watch award, man.
And you know what? In this matchup, I actually think the talisman is really nice on the Beastmaster.
Really? I think it's not.
What? Why not here?
I mean, depends on how the player is playing. I like it against range a lot.
Yeah, I guess if the orc does it right, he won't be focusing the Beastmaster Usually, anyways.
There might be
Unless he-
surrounds sometimes, but the main focus is coming from the Blade Master, and he sells it.
On the other side of the map, Tome of Experience.
Yeah.
And the Vampire.
There's no two opinions about this item and about that tome. Foggy is risking a lot with his creep here.
Yeah, he has to get out.
And Raider found it immediately, killed an archer already. This was too risky.
Does he really want to contest this? I guess the blade is low.
Oh, he's really low. And he has no mana. He has to get out there ASAP.
But the demon's low as well.
He has a TP and an Invo Potion swapped over now. And he gets a grunt for it. Blade Master's coming in with a heal scroll, uses it, and gets a Talon for it. Oh, he doesn't use it actually.
TP. Yeah, okay. There we go.
Gets another Talon. Oh, that's nice.
That was not worth it though. That was so not worth it.
From Foggy's perspective, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So, the critical mass of Talons is delayed by a lot. He's still producing from only one engine of wind. He lost 2 Talons. And this... can he get
and
this
the
red?
TP. And the invul.
And an archer.
Yeah. I think even 2.
Nice from OrcWorker to lure the Ogre Lord here. But, okay, the turtles are really aggressive. Maybe Foggy, little turtle whisperer. But no. Oh, it's the dream drops. Someone wants this guy in Shanghai, as it seems. Foggy is fighting uphill against 3 auras now. Damage, attack speed, movement speed, and damage turns into hell. And he gets the heal scroll. This creep jack here, this Raider Scout that he did here, might have brought him a plane ticket and a hotel booking and a slot at GCS.
And it's oftentimes the case when you have the ward there, you feel so secure. Yeah, he's not gonna come there because, you know, I have the ward, I have the vision. But nah. The Orc is still super strong on tier 2.
How many potions of greater mana
seriously.
did he find in this series?
I think he has to TP out of this, right? Yeah,
Foggy's
Beastmaster bought the TP here. Can't hope.
Second TP in just a few minutes.
Forces are under attack.
The before-mentioned pendulum of the momentum is swinging back hard into the Ukraine. But it's not over. With talents, it's never... Oh, not it's never over, but it's takes some time. 3/2/2 heroes. That's decent. OrcWorker is risky now. Oh, but this is not scouted. Foggy is creeping himself. Out of giant strength.
Nope. That's not the good drop, so he won't have the absolute dream here, not quite. Before he gets to creep up a little more, that will be almost level 3 Beastmaster.
Another ring of regen, and they do stack.
Pick it up. There we go.
They stack really well. OrcWorker is engaging though. Is this his way into the main event of GCS, or is he overcommitting? 47 versus 58. Critical strike, and immediately going for the Tinker level 2. Is there a healing for him? It doesn't seem like it. The heroes are all over the place. There's no big damage coming from those talents. Pocket Factory deployed again, surrounded the Blade Master. But the Raiders, they find their targets, and they're on Bloodlust.
And the talents are too far away to cyclone out the Blade Master. He can do whatever he wants. And the demon is surrounded. He needs to heal. He needs to staff him. Does he have the staff, or is it Ensnare Lock? He's trying to buy the time, but he can't get out. Can't staff him yet. Come on, he needs a second. There, he has a second, but he doesn't use the staff because he didn't have a staff. Greedy play, skipping on the staff. First hero dead, and now how is this supposed to be possible?
He's knocking on the door into the win here. He gets another Fairy Dragon. OrcWorker towering over him. 12 supply advantage. Really good hero levels with 4/4. The auras are working in favor of his. The Demon Hunter, the main damage dealer, is not there anymore. But the position for the talents is nice. There's no Shockwave anymore for quite a bit.
But the Orc army is not taking any damage. Without a
nice
Demon Hunter here. What is the right clicks?
Huge movement.
In trouble as well. There's no saving him anymore. The next hero falls. And the Moonwell starting to disappear as well. The demon is back. He needs to carry this.
Okay, Cyclones are coming. He's focusing on a hero. He has to get rid of him. The rest of the army is pretty healthy. TC's around. Can he get the time? Oh, the Blade Master is low as well. It's OrcWorker overcommitting this time, but there's a surround of the Demon Hunter again. Was it the dieback? Or can he somehow get out there? The heal ring is not helping. Double kill on the heroes. TC dead, Demon Hunter dead. But the rest of the army is there. Blade Master out of the fight as well. Can somehow the Beastmaster take this? He's the last man standing for Foggy. What a game. And he holds on for now, but in the inventory lies an Invo Potion and a heal scroll to save this game for OrcWorker and to seal the deal.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Foggy is supply stuck. He can't get his heroes back.
Oh no, he lost too many Moonwells! And this is bad. This is disastrous.
Oh no. He's not making any in the back.
And that has to be it. Beast mode enabled. Going for the Beastmaster. Critical strike. There is a potion. Using it now. Heal ring is helping him. The Raiders don't do too much. Dispel. But level 5 now. Still retreating. The Vamp aura is gone. The Command aura is gone. And the TC aura is gone.
But so is the altar.
Still moving forward, yeah.
Where's the Cyclones? The Talons don't seem to have too much mana against the Blade Master. Maybe he wants to kill him. Maybe that's the one way he wins this game. The Blade Master can retreat.
Foggy, the boxer, hanging against the ropes, but not hanging up the mouse yet.
Jesus Christ.
How can Foggy Balboa get a victory in this game? It seems desperate to stay in this game. He has to rebuild the entire base. He has one Moonwell. Gets the second one here. He does have a good chunk of money. But at this point, I think Foggy Balboa is not enough. He needs Harry Potter. He needs magic.
Demon is back, but yeah. Not level 4. Half HP. The rings are seriously helping. But how's he gonna get the Tinker back?
Ask me something easier, man. Blade Master again at the shop. Only with the heal scroll this time, though. The invul is not available and he doesn't have the gold for it. Foggy is moving out a little bit to do at least some damage. Get a Raider here and there. Get level 4 on the Demon Hunter maybe, but no. OrcWorker says no.
So many disenchants here coming in against the Cyclone. This time it sticks on the Blade Master and these end snares just find so many easy kills. And the Demon Hunter is just not strong enough here to be the one-man show. He's gonna get end snare locked here, perhaps. Here comes the Blade Master again. Disenchanting already preemptively. Here comes the Shockwave. If he loses this hero, this should be game. And OrcWorker in China. And he kills the hero. Foggy. What does he do now? He's retreating back to the base. One talent after the next will be getting ensnared. And that is it. GG. And we have OrcWorker qualifying first. Incredible.
The third trip to China for Maxime. The first time he made us all proud with his win over Infi. The second time wasn't too great, but all good things are 3, as they said. And what a surprise. He crowns a phenomenal performance today. Good start yesterday. Even, like, out of his mind games in the games against Cash and in the first games against Foggy. And a coronation for someone who has been in the shadow of Foggy and Cash and Hawk and Sonic for a long time. And the first big tournament win. Even if it's just a qualifier. It's the qualifier for the World Championship. And there's one guy in the Belarus being the happiest man on earth right now.
Absolutely.
And there's another little guy.
Satisfying to see as well. He put so much work into this game and he gets so much hate from the community, but today he shut up all the haters. He played so well and deserving being the first Westerner.
He joins the likes of Infi, 120, TH, Moon, Focus, Fly, Life, Shao KK, Romantic, and Check. And is the 11th, no, the 11th? Yeah, right? Yeah. The 11th player for the GCS Winter Grand Finale, where it's about $16,500. And the 4th Orc after Fly, Focus, and Shao KK. They are leading now. For Foggy, the dream is not over. He is qualified for the second Western qualifier now with this performance alongside Hunter, Cash, and Hawk, of course. 4 more slots for the Western qualifier will be played out in an open qualifier, and we have 4 more slots for Korea and China in the Asian qualifier 3. So this is gonna be... It's the final road now to Shanghai. Half of the Western qualifiers are over, 2/3 of the Asian qualifiers are over, and now it's do or stay home from now on.
This was an awesome day of Warcraft, an awesome week of Warcraft. We had 6 days of Warcraft. We will be back for you guys next week, starting on Wednesday with NSL. But before we leave, we don't want to forget about Silla Niakea with a 24 euro sub. Thanks for keeping Warcraft 3 alive. Thank you very much for your support, man. And yeah, that's it for us today, though. OrcWorker finishing victorious. But yeah, Wednesday, we're back with the NSL.
Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Warcraft in Europe. I know that Grubby and Todd are streaming, but you still want to see the best competition that we have in the Western Hemisphere, and I'm very, very grateful for that, for more than 2,000 viewers here. We had more than 20 hours this weekend of content. We had 6 hours casting marathon for the second week in a row. We love this game. You love this game. This makes an awesome atmosphere. Thank you to the admins once again of this GCS qualifier. Ugri, Demon, 100 kg, Vanilla. All of the helpers who kept Liquipedia up to date. I know sometimes it's a boring and annoying job, but it helps so much. Who else? If you like what you see, feel free to follow us. Feel free to sub to get the replay packs and more support for us. The more you support, the more we can cast and the more we can organize in the back and spend time on this beautiful, beautiful 15-year-old game that is Warcraft 3. Congrats to the Belarus, to OrcWorker, and heads up, Foggy, you have a second chance, and I bet you're gonna be the big favorite once again, and second chance, you can make it again to bring us joy at GCS next time again. So I think that's it. VODs will be up on YouTube soonish, and I'm completely out of mind. I have no idea what to say anymore, so Remo, the last words belong to you. From my side, there's only one more thing to do.
Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed today as much as we did, and I hope we see you again on Wednesday. Until then, well...